was lost and didn't know where to go. I just knew I couldn't go back where I came before. You saw me and had mercy on me.
It's the tip of the CHRISTberg. Don't forget what you heard. It's your boy, Disciple for Jesus, Theo. Just call me DJ Theo for short. What's good, family? This is episode 39. Episode 39 of the tip of the CHRISTberg. So what's the fun fact for today? What's the fun fact for episode 39? Well, here we go. Coronavirus, that's the top headline everywhere you go right now. Coronavirus, Ivanka Trump shows kids using luxury $39, episode 39, luxury $39 soap to wash hands. Okay, now check it out. What's this all about? A $39 soap? Okay, let's see what they say. The White House senior advisor Wednesday evening shared a cute video of her children, and you can see the kids down there in the video. But it says the White House senior advisor on Wednesday evening shared a cute video of her children, Arabella, who's 8, Joseph, who's 6, and Theodore, who's 4, standing at a sink and diligently scrubbing their hands while singing the alphabet song together. Ivanka Trump captions the video with this message: "We all have a role to play to slow the spread." So true. We all have a role to play to spread. But here's where the $39 comes in. Somebody always got to be on the scope out when somebody's doing something good, trying to show good and trying to be a positive message. Of course, somebody always finds a way to pull out the negative in it. So an eagle-eyed writer at the Daily Mail noticed that the brand of soap the Kushner kids are using is Aesop Resurrection Aromatic Hand Wash. That's a pretty long name. Aesop Resurrection Aromatic Hand Wash, a luxury brand, according to the Business Insider. It retails for $39 for a 17-ounce bottle at Nordstrom or Berghoff Goodman. Lucky buyers might be able to purchase it from Walmart for a steal of $36.99. Hey, you can save a couple bucks. Still, that price likely puts it out of reach for many Americans, especially those worried about the current economic uncertainty. So somebody turned her positive thing into showing kids washing their hands, into, hey, they noticed what bottle she was using. It's like, hey, she paid $39 for that. It is what it is. I'll take the positivity out of it and say that, she's still out there showing what it looks like to be studious and to be sanitized in this current state of America. So that was it, episode 39 bottle of hand soap. Do what you do, girl. Ivanka Trump. That's actually Donald Trump's daughter. So 39, episode 39, and it's dealing with the power. The reason I even wanted to do a spiritual solution on the power is because right now, coronavirus, the same thing episode 39 was talking about, Ivanka Trump. Now, the power a lot of people are placing on the coronavirus itself, the spread, what it's doing to people, and they've lost focus on where the true power comes from. Although many people who have never prayed before, at least corporately, a lot of people who haven't just been on the front lines of talking about God, now are doing that because of this epidemic that's going on, or pandemic, I should say, that's going on now. The power, actually. The story that I use to talk about the power of God is out of Joshua 10. As I was looking for scriptures that dealt with the power, because I wanted to remind people that the power is ultimately from God, it led me to Joshua 10. Many other Bible stories, but this particular one I had heard about, and when I read it, you will hear what it's about. But this particular one in Joshua 10, I heard about this story, but I never really got into depth and found out more about it for myself. So out of the ones that Google showed me, led me to, that dealt with power, this particular one is where I grabbed onto. So with no further ado, we're going to jump into it. Again, today's spiritual solution 39 deals with the power.
I got the power. I got the power with me. I got the power. I got the power. I got the
Joshua, the 10th chapter, the 12th through the 13th verse. KJV. Then spake Joshua to the Lord in the day when the Lord delivered up the Amorites before the children of Israel. And he said, this is Joshua talking to the Lord and also speaking to the sun. He said, in the sight of Israel, sun, stand thou still upon Gibeon, and thou moon in the valley of Ajalon. And the sun stood still, and the moon stayed. Joshua, the 10th chapter, the 12th through the 13th verse, KJV. All right. So in this scripture, Joshua actually spoke to the sun to stand still. And just to give you a little bit of precursor to what even got to this point, Joshua, as I mentioned in another spiritual solution not too long ago, and I'm speaking fast to give you a lot of information in a short period of time, but when Moses died, God put Joshua in charge of getting the people to the promised land. And so he had them go through a lot of different battles, deal with a lot of different things as he was getting the people to the promised land. Now, King, I'll put his name up because I can't remember say exactly how to say his name, but King, as you see it above, this king reached out to 4 other kings from other kingdoms. So 5 kingdoms were coming against Joshua because Joshua was just murking so many different battles as he was getting the people toward the promised land. And so this king was very afraid of him. So he got 4 other kingdoms to form an alliance. So that made 5. But Joshua had the power of the Lord with them all the way through and continuing on past this point, right? But Joshua has so much power with God leading him because he humbled himself to God, he worshiped God, and he put God as his leader. No matter what he was facing, even when he's facing these 5 different kingdoms coming against just his one kingdom, he knew that he had the power and he would not surrender to, he would not worry about, and he would not be fearful of all these different things that were coming toward him. So just like a lot of people are dealing with the corona scare right now, they're surrendering, they're running scared. True, we should have concern because it is serious, but we shouldn't run in fear. Lord, we should have faith in the power of God. So here, when Joshua told his son to stand still, because Joshua was fulfilling the purpose that God has given him. So he knew that as he was journeying, he knew that God was with them. And so he made a bold prayer while God was leading him. And he said to the sun, "Sun, stand still." And the reason he wanted the sun to stand still is because he wanted enough daylight where he could defeat the 5 kingdoms that were coming at him. So he wanted enough daylight so he could continue defeating all these different armies so he can move on past this point. Now, when if night fell, it makes it a little bit harder to maneuver. It makes it a little bit harder to do what you want to do and to be as effective as you want to be. So that's why he prayed for the sun to stand still. Now that's power. That's the power of the God we serve, that he can make things come to a stop so you can take care of that situation. He can make people come to a stop so you can take care of what you need to take care of. He can make stresses, he can make situations come to a stop so you can take care of what he has for you to take care of. When we're moving into purpose, when we know we're on the path that God is taking us, we can say a bold prayer like that and know that we have the power. Stop. Hold on. Wait. These are the things that we can say with the power of God. Now, I'm going to read the rest of the spiritual solution, then we're going to be up out of here. I told you it's extremely short, but I wanted to do this because so many people are giving too much power to corona, too much power to situations in their lives, not just corona, but most importantly right now, corona. People are giving too much power to it. Again, true, it's something we should be concerned about and take serious, but just understand there's just another part in the process, another part in the path, another part in our purpose. Look how much good has come from out of this. How many people are now coming to God or praying together? How many families are praying together? That's the power of God. All right. So the spiritual solution goes on, and you can find it at Theo Blake on Facebook, right? THEO Blake. And this is what it says in the spiritual solution that you'll find there. And the sun stood still. Now that's some power. Yet many of us, while knowing God was the originator of let there be light, still have fear that he can't shed light on our situations, our scenarios, and our symptoms. Our situations, before we even got to corona, we had situations in our lives that we surrendered to. We act like that thing, that situation had more power over us than God did. Let's not surrender that power. Scenarios, we can go through a lot of different scenarios. A lot of things can pop up that can be a hindrance in us getting to where we were going, that God has led us, is leading us to. Don't let the scenario be the power. Don't let the scenario, don't surrender to the scenario. Understand, if God is giving you this sight, God is giving you this vision, he's giving you this path, then he'll give you the power to get through it. Symptoms. Right now we're talking about the coronavirus, because right now that's pretty much paramount as far as the situation that the world is dealing with right now. It's a pandemic that the world is dealing with. It's a problem that the world is dealing with right now. But don't give it the power. Understand and remember who we serve. Just like Joshua was facing the 5 different kingdoms, he didn't surrender in spirit to them. He didn't surrender physically to them. He recognized that he served God, who had the ultimate power, and said, son, stand still. That's power. And then at the end of my spiritual solution, I'm actually quoting Lady T. Lady T leads a ministry. She's actually a member of my church as well, but Lady T leads a ministry for the homeless. And we did a family prayer like we usually do. We do them daily, but we did this particular family prayer, and I prayed for God to please show us, let us not just give prayers, but let us also be a financial help to somebody where we can, do what we can, where we can. I want to encourage you to do the same thing. Whatever, if time, talent, or treasure, just do what you can, where you can, or do all 3. However God blesses you, do it. But we prayed a prayer for God to reveal to us different ways that we can give financially to who truly needed it. And so Lady T actually sent this email this morning and to different people who serve. I've been on the front lines with her before and went to help the homeless. But this email popped up, and she was just saying how go check out the letter for yourself. I won't say in depth what the letter was about. Go check it out on Facebook as well. My THEO Blake, THEO. But Lady T talks about some of the things that she's seen happening with the homeless, which said, okay, God, I hear it. This is where you want me to give. And then my wife also heard that the school is doing something where you can give a little and it can feed families who are suffering right now because of jobs being cut off or what have you. So those are 2 different ways that God gave us to give. So we're going to give what we can and pray that God blesses it. But Lady T, I'm an advocate for her because, again, I've seen what she truly does with the funds that she receives. And she's always looking for people to come out and help. So I did that a couple times. So this closing that I gave to my spiritual solution actually was the closing of the letter that I read this morning. So I actually took out what I had already written and put this as the closing. And I pray that God blesses it just as much as what I had in there before. And this is what it says. I must close with these words that I read earlier. Remember, Psalm 91 is more potent than COVID-19. Relax. God has everything under control. Stay safe, stay sanitized, and stay sane. Don't forget, this too shall pass. I love you all with a servant's heart, Lady T. And that's why I end the quote. I support Lady T. I support her cause because I've seen her on the front lines doing what she says she does and doing what she is encouraging other people to do. So check it out. I put the link on my Facebook page as well. If you want to find a way to help, do that. If God gave you another way to help, do that. Do what God puts on your heart. And these are 3 points that I put at the end of the spiritual solution. And it says, He, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, He. That's where our power comes from. That's who we should surrender to. That's who we serve. Not all these other different things that are happening, but God is who we serve. Not this, not that, not that, but God. That's who we serve. He. Halt. God can bring anything to a halt. Just like Lady T said in it, God has everything under control. God has everything under control. He can stop any situation. He can stop any scenario. He can stop any symptom. You just got to trust and believe. You got to recognize that God is the ultimate power. Huge. All of these different things that are going on are minuscule when we compare them to how huge our God is. Don't let situations overtake you to the point where you just worry and you're stressed out. Not saying it's always easy, but the more we have faith in God, the more at ease we'll feel once we do so, once we truly recognize that's where the power comes from. He can halt anything because he is huge. That's our God. That's the power. Hopefully the spiritual solution has fed you, is easily digested, and it keeps you nourished into the next spiritual solution you receive. Jehovah elevates and sustains us. Jehovah elevates and sustains us. That gives us JES US. I'm Disciple for Jesus Theo. Just call me DJ Theo for short. This is Tip of the CHRISTberg. Do not forget what you heard.
Ay, I got the power. I got the power. I got the power with me. I got the power. I got the power. I got the power with me. This how euphoria, feeling so glorious, forever victorious, heart of a champion. I got the power with me. Go get the championship rings. I got the power with me. This ain't 8 ball, this just fake, dog. I just played my cards, I just prayed and starved. I had faith, dog, against a great odds. I can't take the glory, this came straight from God. I just made a play like OBJ, so really this one here gon' make the top 10. This the moment I've been waiting for, so may the memory never be forgotten. Unlike the game, I'm the locksmith. We breaking out this colossus. I feel like this is my time, destiny for me to shine, I promise. Still on the court after midnight, putting up shot and shot, working my wrist, clocking overtime. This ain't happen overnight, hard working, discipline. Did my time, walk the green mile, now ball at the gym, way above the rim. Shoot the space, I'm ascending. Now drop the beat, let's make history. I got the power. I got the power. I got the power with me. I got the power. I got the power. I got the power with me. This how euphoria, feeling so glorious, forever victorious, heart of a champion. I got the power with me. Go get the championship rings. I got the power with me.
This ain't fake, dog, this just faith, dog. Had no greenbacks, this ain't Draymond's. Had no place, dog, had no case, dog. Smile when I take my loss, cause they couldn't take my car. Ooh, yeah, I know that. Yeah, I got the keys, die for the dream like a star spangled banner on his nose cap. Bone and petite, if I'm bone and petite, man, my song I repeat, let them know that. Feel it when your skin on cold, that. Hate you receive, wanna make sure you bleed, try to make you concede. I will taste all the feed, I will make you believe. I'll make you for the sake of the king. Only play that I need, on the other side of the pain, even as a champion. Tell me what they say, I can't outcome. Income won't change my outcome. Champ don't stop when the road get tough. Champ only stop when the work get done.
I got the power.
I got the power.
I got the power.
I got the power.
I got the power with me. I got the power. I got the power. I got the power with me. This how euphoria, feeling so glorious, forever victorious, heart of a champion. I got the power with me. Go get the championship rings. I got the power with me.
Power with me.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.